Hi, this is Greg and Sarah Mann. A little bit about the home. We've lived here now 13 years, I guess 13, 14 years. The history of this home is it's on the Severn River, and it was built in major additions over decades. And so the house really didn't flow well. It was an old home, as I said, built over time. And we were looking for someone to come in, and it needed the expertise to be able to do a complete gut remodel. And when we take walls down, we're not sure what's on the other side of walls. So we probably spent 4 years largely being uncomfortable with contractors that we had attempted to work with. And finally, with Milano Design and Abraham, we found a partner that I think was as inspired about the project as we were, flexible around the process. In our particular case, the scope of the project was what the endpoint needed to look like. And along the way, along the journey, Abraham and we had to be flexible on opportunities that presented themselves. And they were special opportunities. We were able to make rooms a bit bigger than we anticipated, increased floor space. So we thoroughly enjoyed the process of working with Abraham and his team. I'll let Sarah take off from here, but what I found most important to me was his focus on the job was parallel with ours. It wasn't time and materials. Here's the job, and it was flexible. Our goal was the same: a nice, finished, clean design.
First of all, Abraham is a lot of fun to work with, and he's brilliant. He never stops thinking about your project once you get started. He comes up with a design. He's here every day. He's constantly thinking of more things, more ways to make it special. And it's like his project, not yours. So he's wonderful to work with. He knows all of the products. He's great with design and color. He has wonderful contractors that are master craftsmen themselves. And the project just moves and moves and moves forward and unfolds. And you kind of have to keep up with Abraham because he just continues to evolve it and surprise you with things that you weren't expecting. And you get not only a beautiful end product, it's 1,000 times better than what you dreamed in the first place. So he's a pretty amazing guy. We particularly, with this house, it had a lot of small spaces. We were looking for someone with more of a European aesthetic because a lot of our spaces were small. And we started with a master bath that was small and dark and uninspiring, and he transformed it into modern, beautiful, so much light and space that we had him then just kind of move throughout our house. And this kitchen, he worked with the same space that we had before, but I feel like hundreds of more drawers than I ever had before. I have cabinets that are empty, where before things were all jammed in. He has just a brilliant sense of design and attention to detail, and you just love the product.
And I will advise that he will tell you exactly how he wants you to decorate and what furniture he wants you to buy, which we find interesting.
Abraham tells you what you're going to love or what you're going to get used to and then love, and you do. And that's some of the surprise that he gives you.
Functionality of the project. I think what's nice about Abraham is that the the individual contractors, whether it's finish, it's painters, tile work, it doesn't matter what the skill is. He is there driving quality in the execution of the program. And it's just, not only does he do the design work, and he's got a great eye for color and such, but he's great at driving the excellence of each of these subcontractors. And it's just, I know a bit about construction and I know how difficult that is. And he does that in a beautiful manner. I see the way he just, his blue tape at the end of the project that he sets out. And he'll want to do a punch list. Well, he adds more blue tape to my punch list than I can imagine. So he's thorough. He sees that it's done right. And if it's not done right, they back up and they do it right. And so in terms of project on schedule, largely it's on schedules. As I indicated earlier, we were a little bit more flexible because our scope would change when opportunities presented themselves. So if an original project was 6 weeks, and if it took 8, it was largely self-inflicted. There was scope change. And those extended 2 weeks were directly a result of scope change. So really it's kind of assurance. It's very assuring that each of these subs he stays on top of. He sees them every day, and he makes sure that everything is up to his expectations, which are high.
He manages the contractors so well, it's effortless for the homeowner. He just comes in and he's on site every day.
Yeah.
Every day. We would absolutely recommend Abraham to anyone, and Milano Design for all the reasons we talked about. He just has a brilliant sense of design and space. He's fun to work with. He never stops evolving your project, and he has a wonderful group of subcontractors. He's on site every day, and that work just unfolds. And we absolutely would recommend him.
I don't think we're completely done here, and there's not a chance that if we undertake another project, it's only one phone call we make, and it's to Milano and Abraham.
I think the best thing we can say about this whole process is that Abraham gave us a whole new home, far beyond what we were expecting. Our friends come in to see, and they can't believe it's the same house. They think, oh my gosh, you just bought yourself a whole new home. His redesign does not look like you've come in and made little changes. It is a whole new place, and he's given us that, and we love it.